Oh, they make it easy now. Hi, we're live. Welcome to the Ross Camper Pros free advice. This is the only time I'll give you free advice, really, is unless you're a customer of mine or you're on this live channel right now watching. So how you doing, everybody? We are basically at the beach. We have someone staying in our house, so but yeah, anybody have any live questions about RVs? I'm an RV repair tech and I can help you out. So everybody we got a couple people on already. Wow. Let me share this link real quick. If you guys could share the link for me, it'd be great. We'll get some people talking here. So you go to Facebook, we'll share this. They made it so much nicer to YouTube on this broadcasting, huh? I mean, you can share stuff easily. Oh, look at that face. That's a bad thumbnail. But anyways, anybody have any questions about RVs? I'll help you right now for free. Free, baby. Meeting a pair. All right. Anybody have any questions? Put them in the box right here. I'm going to say hi. Free help, free RV repair help. So whatever you need, I've been doing it for a long time. And we run a business called Camper Pros. Yeah, I'm being lazy today. My hair's not done. Yeah, Diaz. Yeah, Diaz, who does RV roofs in North Missouri? I have no clue. What I would recommend an RV roof is make absolutely sure you find someone with a repair shop, with a place that they can put the RV inside when they do it. A lot of these mobile mechanics will hack your roof up. Make sure you get a good guy to do it. Look at the reviews on YouTube. Make sure he has an indoor shop. Don't bring it to someone with a canopy that has like a metal carport thing. You don't want that. I have 5 minutes. Oh, that's Serena. Serena calls. Hi, Serena. So just look in Google reviews and see if you can find anybody that has a full place and good stars. Good, because that's really what you're going to have to look for is reviews these days. I mean, sometimes some reviews are negative and they can't control it. It's just their competition wants to take them out. So, you got to look and read the replies of the reviews. If it's a bad review, read the reply why it's bad, and you can question the guy why it's bad too. Don't be afraid. People are too afraid to question people these days. You're welcome. No problem. Heather's at the beach. We are in Wilmington right now, and we have someone staying at our house right now. So, they're protecting our house. I'm sunburned, so I didn't want to go to the beach. So I thought I'd give you guys live free RV help. Let me throw this out real quick. Anybody has RV help? Anybody wants any help? Throw the questions out, man. I can probably answer them. You're welcome. Need some chocolate, baby. Chocolate. Dark chocolate. I'm eating Rich's chocolate. I hope he doesn't see this video. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just taking a chill. I worked 7 days a week on RVs for 6 months. I'm tired. My phone's blowing up. My phone won't stop. I can't. Give Heather a smack on her booty. I do it every day. The FA nurse is a actual airline stewardess, and we know her for a long time, and she's getting on an airline right now. And her flux capacitor has gone bad on my black tank. How do I fix it? Flux capacitor. Well, you could go back in time and fix it, but if you want to fix your black tank, don't call me because I hate black tank jobs. Good luck trying to find someone too. But I know it's a joke. I'm saying Back to the Future. But that was my favorite movie, so that's why I knew that. How you been exploring, Nomad? You'll catch me eating. That's all I do is eat 24 hours a day. Flux capacitor. I like that. But, Yeah, this is free help, guys. I know what I'm doing. Well, at least I like to think I know what I'm doing. So if you have an RV question, there's a couple people watching now. 5 people, 3 people, 8 people. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I appreciate it because that helps me big time. Helps us. Ooh, look at that dark chocolate, baby. All right, what do we have over here? Doodle's just chilling. Look. What is your opinion on the ad on maceration pumps? That's the chew up your toilet paper and black. He's asking a question. She asked. She thinks it's he. I'm asking you a question about masquerading pumps on a black tank. I think it's a bad idea because all you're going to do is get a friggin' clog in the pump. So don't put one on, guys. That's stupid. That's my idea. It's stupid. Don't do it. Nope. Too many RV calls have been on the clogs. Stupid. Don't do it. If you want to stop your black tank from being clogged, when you go to the bathroom, use a ton of water. That's all. Don't stick hand wipes and don't even use toilet paper. If you're eating enough fiber, you shouldn't be using toilet paper anyways. It should come right out. Morning. I'm running new drain pipes today, so I had to make the joke. That's okay. I love your joke. That was good. Do drain pipes and brake lines? What the heck? That's a lot of work. Be right back. So what do we have for RV questions, guys? Come on. There's a lot of RVers on our channel. I know you guys are watching. Ask me anything. Ask me. I'll throw some questions out there since you guys aren't talking. There's more people watching me than talking right now. You must be shy. My opinion. What type of RV I should buy? I would buy they're almost all the same. Besides, you go up to the Prevost or the big ones. You know, they're almost all the same. Jayco and Forest River. They're almost all the same. Okay. Only one I would probably stay away from a little bit, and it's okay if you have one. I'm not trying to insult your RV, but Keystone's a little bit cheap. I know everything's Keystone, the parts and stuff, but the Keystone trailers are kind of cheesy. I find them. I fix a lot of them. And what's cheesy on it, they make them too light, and the slide seals they don't seal right. It's just a disaster to Keystone. Some of them are good, but most of them stay away from a little bit, maybe. You know, look, any RV, basically they all use the same parts, so they're almost the same. I don't care if you say, "Oh, Forest River is better than this," and it's not. They're all junk. You want to treat them. You got to baby them. What I would probably do if I went back and bought an RV, I'd probably buy a semi-truck maybe and a spacecraft. Those are custom used one, or the triple D or triple something. I forget what the name of it is. Or I would, maybe I wouldn't do that. Maybe I'd go and buy a Class C. I'd probably buy a Class C. Class Cs are cheap. They make the most sense. You can get in anywhere with it. You still have a full-size bathroom. It's people buy these big things like we did. We used to drive a semi-truck, the RV hauler, a 43-foot Jayco 5 slides. It was just too big. It was nice because it was big. It's just too big. Well, all my brake lines rotted out from sitting. Okay. And I'm replacing them all. I don't like how to solder drain pipes in right size. Running them slightly bigger. Yeah, there you go. Slightly bigger. Explorer Nomad. Maybe you could throw a bigger black tank in there too. I mean, you guys have to understand. the black tank situation, you got to use a lot of water. You don't use a lot. It's like a Christmas tree in there afterwards, like this, full of waste, human waste. You want to put a lot of water. No, people don't use enough water. Almost if you go number two, it's kind of disgusting. But if you go number two, you want to flush. Then you want to fill the whole tank all the way to the top and then flush again with a full thing of water. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It needs to be pushing through these pipes. And some full-time RVers, they don't drive the thing anywhere, so nothing shakes up and it just sits there. So you got to, if you're a full-time RVer, you got to use a ton of water and very little toilet paper. Keep a trash can by your side. Empty it daily if you have to. Doodle, get over here, Mope. What else for questions? What do you guys want to know? Free RV help. I charge $100 an hour, regular guys. Come on, this is free. I'm not the best of the best, but I'm getting good. 2 or 3 gallons of water after you drain your tank for sure. I'd probably throw more than that. I'll be honest with you. I almost fill them halfway and then dump them again. But 2 or 3 gallons is better than nothing. I mean, I understand if you're on the road and you're full time in and you're in a Walmart parking lot, you can't be draining your tanks at a thing and then sitting there for 20 minutes flushing it out. I get it, but you know, once a week or once a month, you better be flushing that sucker. Winnebago. Now that they make pretty good rigs, decent quality, decent. You know, but they still use the same Dometic ACs, which are junk. Coleman ACs are way better. They're not much more either. It's just no one wants to go through the work and effort of changing it and the extra cost with the conversion kit. Got to get a new stat. I mean, it's like kind of a pain. I'm from Holland. No questions. I'm from Holland. Well, that's okay. You can watch. Holland, where the heck is that? Holland, that's in the UK, right? Mine is an old Coleman AC. Yeah, the old Coleman AC will probably outlast a freaking RV. Those things are rock solid. The old Coleman's just blow cold too. They blow cold. They're pretty good. New Colemans aren't as good. The older ones are better. But of course, everything's older in it, right? So I'd say if anybody wants to replace their AC unit, do not get a Dometic, get a Coleman. It makes more sense. But you're gonna have to pay a little extra. 1985, I see. Well, you're gonna have to pay more money for a Coleman because you have to. If you go from a Dometic to Coleman, you want to do the transfer kit. You got to transfer, and it's a couple $100, and you got to get a new stat. You might have to run an extra wire. Sometimes they don't have enough wires to run a heat strip or heat pump. It just gets involved. You know, it's almost worth it than getting a new Dometic because Dometics are just. I mean, oh my gosh, these things are garbage. I mean, the intake on a Dometic AC is just like a piece of styrofoam. Put it right over it. It's like, oh my gosh, when you see that, you know the whole thing's cheap. And the compressors are junk. They're going all the time now. I test these compressors out and they're garbage. On some of the ACs, if you guys want to know, put your amp meter on a test. Sometimes you can grab the blue wire and watch the amps pulling through, and you think you need like 13 amps minimum or 12. Sometimes I check them and they're 3 amps. That means the compressor's shot or it's got a leak. I don't want to get too involved though, because I don't think people understand what I'm trying to say. So let's just go ask the basic questions here. We have 13 people watching Ross the Boss from the camperpros.com, Western North Carolina. Hour from Asheville. Not that I like Asheville. I'm rested. I'm a little bit rested. I'm still sunburned. Look at this. Look at this crap. Bam. Bam. Shoulders are sunburned. Look at that. And they want me to go to the beach. I said, no way. Absolutely not. I'm not going to the beach. I'm freaking burnt. And then I got to go back and work in the heat, which granted, after today, it's supposed to be getting cooler. I think it cooled down everywhere. So it's going to be a little bit cooler. I don't have to work in the heat. And in a couple of weeks, I'll be working in the fall, which I'm going to work around the clock because I love working in the cold. I hate the heat. I hate the heat. But I got to get this one job out of my driveway. It's driving me nuts. I got to get it out. What do you think about fridges? Mine is an old nor cold. Well, it's an old one. I can't find a replacement seals and the stupid little things that side locks the doors to keep the seals. I would probably just take it out if it's that old. I would just take it out and put a residential refrigerator in there and then you get a couple batteries, run that residential one on a couple big lithium batteries or whatever, and be done with it. If you can't afford a lithium, just put lead acid in. Get a little Honda 2000 watt generator used. Run a fridge on that continuously all the time if you want. and then plug it in. Of course, you can plug it in at a RV park. But you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't have gas in your boondocking. Those little 2,000-watt Hondas can run anything. I mean, they can run a refrigerator. They can't run AC, but they can run a refrigerator all day long, nonstop. So you don't need much power to run a refrigerator. So don't be afraid to rip that out of there. Take the gas line. I think it's a 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch brass nut to cap propane line. Take a couple screws out of the back, a couple screws out of the front. That sucker slides right through. Take it out. Then you could probably sell it for like $200 used. They said it go worth like then you take the $200, you get it sell it used, and you get a refrigerator at Sam's Club for like 180, a big full size refrigerator. Not a big full size, but it'll fit in there. If it's not a double door or single, it'll fit right in there. Get the black one at Sam's or BJ's. I don't know how many cubic feet it is, but that's what I would do. Cheapest way to do it. And those residential fridges are great because it's more of a steady cool. It's got a compressor. It's way better. I can never keep an RV fridge. I mean, no matter what I do, I change the thermistor in and I can never get them like really, really cold on a hot day. Now, a residential refrigerator can get really, really cold on a hot day. Just rip the thing out of there. Stop screwing with it. Well, you get a refrigerator for $180. Regular refrigerator, put it in. Don't screw with something really old. It's going to kill you. It's going to just pain in the butt. Yeah, those refrigerators don't take much power. Those residential. I'll be doing boondocking. If you're going to be doing more boondocking, then you have to get more batteries, more panels. But what I would do is you can run those Hondas for a long time, the 2,000-watt Hondas. You can run them all day for a gallon of gas. A gallon of gas, $2. Gas is cheap. Get a little generator. Go spend $500, get a used Honda. Starts on one pole, lock it to a chain, and you can actually put it under the front if it's a fifth wheel. Or what you could do is take your noisy generator out of there, your big generator, if you have one, in a Class C or whatever you have. Take that out of there and put the Honda in place with a gas tank, or you can put batteries back there in place of the generator. That's what I did in one RV. I stacked it with a ton of batteries back there. I have money. Question is, what generator is the best for the buck? If you go for best for the buck, if you go to Harbor Freight, they sell those generators for pretty darn good. I think Predators, they work pretty good. But what I would do, instead of spending $500 on a 2,000-watt Predator, which they're real quiet and only take a gallon of gas a day, like the 2,000-watt Hondas, what I would do is I would go, instead of buying a cheap generator from Harbor Freight, I would buy a good quality Honda used for half the price, $500. So you can get a used good quality Honda for the price of a brand new Predator. I'd rather the Honda because it's going to still last longer than that Predator. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Jeremy Dillard. He replies to a lot of our stuff. Appreciate that, Jeremy. Let's see here. RV Dog, how you doing? RV Dog's in the house. This year is Western Missouri State. Parents all years of the prior 15 or camp in 10 days. Okay, I don't get that, but what generator is the best for the buck? We already explained that. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough in the mic. It's the chocolate. That's not bad. My plan is 1,000 watts. Yeah, the 1,000 watts will run it. I can't afford lithium. I don't blame you. They're expensive. Only at 4.0 generator. Keep the generator in there if it's in there. It's good to run at AC if you had to. But just get a Honda. Those Honda generators are really good, guys. I know they're a bit of money, but you can get them used. Chicago, how you doing? Chicago here. Thank you. Sending love from Chicago. That's good because Chicago doesn't have much love. But thank you for coming. Poor campground design requires either hiring a mobile swamp sucker for $75 or portable masonry pump. It's 250 feet. Hose. Oh, I got you. What I did is I took a I think it was a 1-inch pipe and I dropped it down and I put a half horsepower pump in a little 30-gallon container. Yeah, RV Dog Hondas are good. Sometimes you can take those 30-gallon containers and put a half horsepower pump, hook it to a garden hose, and it'll pump like crazy. And it'll break everything up. But that's more of a setup. I don't know if you want to do that much. But you don't have to bury it, really. Well, you might have to bury it because your RV is not going to be that high. If you have to do the masquerading pump to a garden hose, and that's what you have to do. You know, you have no choice. But I wouldn't get one just to have one. There's just too many problems. See, when I go to RV calls, I ran into so many situations now. I go for the call. I give advice on less problems for people. Like they always ask what the best RV to buy is. Well, I get this question every time. I'm buying a new RV, Ross. What should I buy? I said, buy something you can get a deal on. Buy something you don't have a bank loan on. Buy something that's not going to fall apart, but buy something that's on sale or someone's trying to give away cheap. That's the buys you want to buy. Just don't buy a piece of junk that's, oh, I paid $1,500 for this thing and it needs everything. Then you're not getting a deal and then they call me to come and fix it. And it's like, well, God, I got to charge you to put a new AC into it. One guy called me. He says, I paid $1,500 for his RV. I went there. He needed a new refrigerator. He needed a new air conditioner. He needed a new hot water heater. He needed a new converter charger. His roof was leaking. His walls were rotted out. I'm like, I said, yeah, you only paid $1,500, but now you're into it for $3,000-4,000 with me. And, just buy something that's decent. Look at my hair's a mess. I'm getting gray hairs. All right, Ford RV Refrigeration. That's the place you want to go to learn refrigeration. Ford RV Refrigeration. This guy knows his stuff. I'm telling you, knows his stuff times 100. This guy's good. If you're a technician watching this or you want to learn how to fix refrigerators, you go to Ford RV Refrigeration. But go to his web Facebook page, Ford RV Refrigeration. Look him up and make sure you like his page. He's a really good guy. I have a great success with my RV refrigerations. Yes, he does. He has a really good. I mean, what's funny, Ford RV Refrigeration? They actually, I watched a thing on YouTube. They're actually taking residential refrigerators and one company, one dealership doesn't want to put them in anymore. They won't buy an RV with a residential refrigerator because the new residential, I'm not talking about the little refrigerator. I'm talking about the full-size refrigerators, the double doors you replace with residential. They're taking those refrigerators and they're not buying them anymore with the refrigerator because to get them serviced, you got to have the Sears guy come or whoever services them. Then you got to wait a month for that. Then you got to sometimes pull the slide out or put them through the windshields. It's like, holy cow, you can't fix them. That you have to. Service guys don't know how to fix residential refrigerators. They don't know how to fix regular refrigerators. You do. But that's why he's good. He's successful. But yeah, they're going backwards now to the gas refrigerators again. I don't know if you heard that. Let me know in a text if you heard that, if you've seen that video. But they're pushing more residential refrigerators out now, but they are basically, I think Ford can fix those residential refrigerators too, because he can put Freon in and gas, ammonia, whatever that is. But Ford, you wouldn't believe how many refrigerators I took out with bad cooling units and they don't want to spend the money for cooling units. I tell them what it is and they're like, holy cow, I can just put a residential one in. I'm like, yeah, but you can't boondock with a residential as easy. But they still want to put it in. I don't care. I don't boondock, they say. That's what I'm getting a lot on. But Ford's RV refrigeration, guys, go check them out. Because I'm going to play this video back and thousands of people are going to see it. And I want them to go to that site and hit him up. He's really good. But anyways, it's a little hot in here. Oh, the AC just kicked on. But we're actually about 15 miles from the beach right now. And I don't want to go to the beach because I'm fried. Look at it. But if you want to, I recommend. A lot of people are like, oh, they're like, I don't know what to do, Ross. I get a lot of questions where they say, Ross, I want to start a RV repair shop or an mobile RV repair business. And I say, well, why don't you do it? And they say, well, I don't have the tools and I don't have the know-how to run a business and I don't have the money to buy all the stock. That's the difference. I was surprised on how much money it costs, how much stuff I got to keep on that van. There's a lot of money I got to keep on that van just to get to calls because I'm in the woods. I can't just go grab a part. Now we have big wholesalers now and everything. We have all that. But the problem is you got to be there with the part or your butt's going to be driving back and it costing you gas and time. So in another day, and then the guy could be gone going to Chicago or something tomorrow and you're screwed. You can't get it in time. I've lost a lot of calls at first because I didn't have the part. Now I have parts and I get them overnight, but still some stuff I can't get overnight. So we're getting into we're going to be into selling parts more than fixing them, selling new and used parts more than fixing them. That's what we're planning to get into. We're gonna purchase a big warehouse and we're gonna stock the hell out of it and we're gonna do them all through the mail. And then I'm going to do some deliveries to the local places around here, but we're going to deal with only wholesale. We're not dealing with retail crap. Retail's a pain in the neck. Poor campground design requires hiring a mobile swamp suckers. That's pretty good. I like that. This guy's funny. But yeah, if you're gonna, RV, do you guys notice the parks getting the parks are really packed and it's hard to get a spot and you gotta call in advance now. It's getting crazy. I always need something for my RV. Yeah, everybody always needs something for their RV. It's always something. Oh, did I tell you what happened to the work van, guys? Oh my gosh. I got to do some more daily vlogs. You won't believe what happened. I put a clutch fan in the van, and I bought the right one, but I bought a China piece of junk. And as soon as we spent 2 hours, had to pay a mechanic 2 hours to tear apart the van, I supplied the part. Next thing you know it, the clutch fan, we put it in, and it locked up. It wouldn't release. So I drove 100 miles with a fan locked up. If anybody knows when a clutch fan locks up and you drive 100 miles, you know the pain. Whoa, sounds like a tornado under your hood, and you're flooring it, not going anywhere because it's robbing all your power, getting horrible gas mileage, and you feel like your fan blade's going to go through your radiator, which it can, or you can smoke your belt up. It's horrible, horrible. So don't buy stuff. Then we put another fan motor in, and it was an OEM one for like $200, right? It was the wrong one. It kept hitting the frame, so we had to take that one out because we had the whole van apart and put a used one in. Oh my gosh! Now, basically, I'm not getting anywhere because I don't know if the used one works, and I ain't driving enough. So it's like China parts, RV dog. China parts will cost you money, especially if they're hard to put on. Anything that's hard, anything that's on your car or RV that's hard to get to, hard to put on, you gotta buy quality. If you don't buy the quality, you'll pay in the end. You'll pay double. You got to take it all apart. You got to pay someone to take it apart. I'm not putting my clutch fan on. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to take everything apart. My guy's real good at it. Like China tires? No, I don't like China tires. If you're going to buy tires, you go buy Sumitomo. They're Japanese. Buy a Japanese tire or a U.S. tire, U.S. made. Goodyear, Michelin. But if you're going to buy tires, definitely don't buy China bombs or piece of junk garbage. Stuff from China is just pissing me off lately. They're just getting cheap. Like Dometic, I think if they're made in China, they're junk. Coleman, I think, is made in USA. At least assembled in USA. Right, RV dog? But yeah, if you're going to buy tires for a rig, why don't you buy some good quality tires? But you don't have to buy really good quality tires. You don't have to buy US Michelin or Goodyear 10-ply. You can buy Japanese Sumitomo. They're really good tires. I buy them for the van. I buy them for all the RVs. Sumitomo. What about LT truck tires? Yeah, you can buy those too. Usually, if you got to buy the 22.5s, the big semi-truck tires. If you're you got an RV hauler, or if you have a Super C or something big, yeah, Sumitomo truck tires, Sumitomo. Or you can buy Continental. Those are good tires. They put them on all the ambulance and fire trucks, Continental, and I believe they put Sumitomos on the ambulance too. I buy Sumitomo because my tires are lasting forever and they're really good grip. I don't have any problems. Sumitomo tires. There's better tires out there, but the Sumitomo, I pay $160 a tire, $150 for an E-rated tire, 10-ply, 12-ply, and I don't have any problems with it. So, and they've got this much meat tread when you get them new. It's like, oh, it's awesome. LT truck tires on a travel trailer. I don't know how you're going to fit truck tires on a travel trailer. Good luck with that. I think they make the small travel trailer, the travel trailer Sumitomo tires too. I believe they do. If they do, get them. They're pretty good. You can get Goodyear and all that good stuff, but you're going to spend some money. On tires for a trailer, you're basically screwed. You got to have to spend the money. And they're expensive. I don't know why. You would think they'd be cheap, but trailer tires are so many ply. They got to hold so much weight. You get cheaper tires for a semi-truck than I can for a darn trailer. I mean, I think we paid cheap for the semi-truck tires we had. It was 22.5s. They were huge, but they weren't that much. I mean, they were expensive, but they weren't like crazy. Like I've seen people pay $250 a tire for trailer tires, $300 a tire for the Goodyears, and that's kind of a ripoff. But ask me those RV repair questions, and I'll answer them. Damn it. Let's see here. I got a new phone. I got a used phone from my neighbor. I bought it off him, but look, it's got a curved screen. See the curved screen? It's pretty good. I don't know. I'm getting used to the curved screen. At first, I didn't like it. Now it's okay. I probably wouldn't buy another phone with a curved screen though. I think it's gimmicky, and sometimes I hit a button on the end right here, and I'm hitting the text, and it doesn't want to hit the number. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. But otherwise, I like the phone. I got a hell of a deal. I haven't paid $65 for it. So getting ready to board the plane. Getting ready to fly to Arkansas, Kansas City. Oh, cool. The last 20 years, I run a handcuff tires on my 3/4 run trucks. Yeah, Hancocks they're all pretty good. They're pretty good tires too. I think those are Japan. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. Hankook. Those are pretty good. Yeah, those aren't bad tires. 60,000 miles. Wow. And SUV, that's a lot of miles for a tire. All 10 ply. Those are good. Hankook, Sumitomo. Anything from Japan is pretty good. China, junk. Okay. You gotta no one looks at it where it's made from. It says China. It sucks. Usually, there are some good Chinese tires now. Don't get me wrong. I can't say there's not really. Sometimes there's some good ones. I don't know where Pirellis are made. Pirellis, I think, are German. Pirelli. That could be Japan. I don't know. Anybody in the chat where Pirelli tires are made? I don't think they make Pirellis for semi trucks, but you want to stay away from China. Japan's pretty good. Korea, USA, Germany, and US. Korea digs decent tires. USA, Germany, they're all pretty good. But anything from China, guys, oh gosh. It doesn't say China on them. You got to know the brand. You got to cross-reference. You got to do your homework. You got to get on the internet. What is this tire made from? You got to look. Don't just trust the dealer. Oh, these tires are pretty good. Yeah, they're from China, but they're pretty good tires from China. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you anything to sell that unit. I walked in. We got a unit before, brand new 2016 Jayco, and we got to the dealership, and he says, "Oh, we'll give you an IOU for everything. We'll give you an IOU. It's a card. It says we owe you." Well, guess what? They didn't owe me. They owe me a ton of stuff. They didn't give me anything. It's freaking total ripoff. But they took my check really quick. I had a $65,000 check in my hand, cashier's check, and I handed it to him. And believe me, when I handed it to him, that salesman took off. I didn't hear from him. I didn't see him. Gone. Freaking idiot. So now I learned my lesson. Don't buy a new RV with a salesman because you're getting screwed. You get screwed on the cost. You get screwed on everything. Unless it's like your last year's model and they're trying to move it and give it to you dirt cheap, then sometimes you got to deal with the idiot salesman because they're all idiots. I haven't found one good one yet. I know I used to be a salesman, and you got to be an idiot to sell a car. Or you're selling problems that there's problems that you got to still sell it, or you don't need. So there's your choice. You're going to help your family, help someone else. That's why everybody's like, "Oh, car dealers are crooks." They're feeding their family. That's what they're doing. You don't think they're crooks that go outside and I go bring them for a price in my house, give me a price in my house to build my addition. You don't think they're crooks when they say it's $300,000 to build a $150,000 house or $400,000. It's ridiculous. And they say they're making 10% or 7% they're making. They're making $100,000. That's like 40%, 35%. No, that's like 40% are making on a house, not 7%. They're just lying because you know what it would cost them to build a house, and would double. Don't get me wrong. Probably I don't know. Pirelli is a Italy-based tire. Those are pretty good. This is a subdirectory of Chem China, a Chinese enterprise. Oh, Pirellis are pretty good. I guess they're Chinese. That's what I'm telling you. Some Chinese enterprise. This guy's pretty smart. KJ74. This dude seems pretty smart on his tires. Smarter than me on tires. I mean, I'm not a tire guy, I just know that I like Sumitomo. and they don't sponsor me for it. I like them. Whoa, there's a lot of speakers and lights up in that ceiling, huh? This is not my house. We don't have a nice house like this. I don't make enough money. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. Drago Man. 83.94. 27 people watching my ugly mug. Wow. Well, if you have any computer questions, we're in a computer business too. We run RV questions. If you have any RV questions, I fix RVs for a living, thecamperpros.com. And if you want to go to my Facebook page, it's The Camper Pros. You want to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, that'd be great. Or if you want to hit the thumbs up here, guys, that would really help me out. Because everybody's at the beach, and I'm helping live videos for RVs. I should be at the beach right now, but I can't because I'm sunburned, so I can't do it. I'm doing pretty good, Dragman. Italy, Hancock's pretty good. Sumitomo's pretty good. Udo. Where are you, dudes? But give me another RV question, guys. You guys are doing good. Give me. Oh, guess what we're doing? Ooh, you guys are going to be so happy. We are staying in a yurt. Yes, a yurt with power, with water, with a bedroom, with walls, with everything, cable TV, everything. It's a yurt. It's basically a big oversized tent, and we're going to put it on video for you. We're going to put it on video for you, a yurt. You're going to love it. And we got a lithium ion 100 amp hour battery we're going to show off on camera. We're going to put it in a van, and we're going to hook it up, and we're going to just run the hell out of it. I'm going to show you how it works. So how is the work going? The work's going so good that I'm literally buried and I'm on vacation, and I dread going back because I have so much work to do and I can't even keep up. Now, I can blast through work like no tomorrow. I can get so much work done if it was cooler. The problem is the cold hasn't completely hit here, and it just drives me nuts. I get too tired too quick. Now in the cold, I can work circles around anybody on this page. Anybody on Facebook, I will work circles around you. If it's cool. If it's not, you'll work circles around me because I can't deal with the heat. That work's going really good. I'm buried. I'm more than buried. I got 3 appointments just coming here. And we basically shut our phones off today because in the first time in a year we shut our phones off. They can leave messages. I'm done. Sunday, I got to work back tomorrow. We're going to stay in a yurt coming up in a week or two, and it's going to be awesome. So keep watching our videos because that yurt's going to be pretty fun. You guys are going to have to see. We'll put it all on camera. I worked a deal with the RV park owner to get it cheap. I still paid him, but I worked a deal to get it pretty cheap. And I'm going to say his RV park if I like it, this guy, the owner of the RV park, we would get along very well. He calls me for everything. He loves me. Fanatic put vents on the side of his door, where he keeps solar batteries, keeping the compartment cool. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm not a big fan of Nomadic Fanatic anymore. I used to be. That's why I went full-time RVing, so I'm not really, I don't know, not a fan. I think he wants to sit around on his ass more than work, but, that's just me. It's not that I have anything against him. I mean, if I saw him on the road and say hi, and I'd say congratulations on your channel, and you're really, but it's not like I want to hang out with the guy. That's for sure. Not that he's a bad guy, I don't believe in some of the things he does. Like get off your ass and get to work. Well, he does work in his videos, which is really good because he does an awesome job in his videos, but I guess it's a job. YouTube's a job, but unless you're making, over 100,000 or 200,000 a year, I don't consider it as a big job. Is there a vent cover that can be closed to keep the rain out while traveling down the road? Is there a vent cover that can be closed to keep the rain out? What does that make any sense? But I know what you mean. I would think. Well, you can get the vent covers to go over the vent, but you know what you should use? There's a thing I think you can use them on an RV too. It's like a semi-truck. They actually pop out and pop in. They go in the side of your wall, and you slam with your hand in their slam joints, and they go out. It's like a bar, and it goes boom, and it pops front or back, and it lets air in while you're driving. That's pretty cool. And I think you can pop it the other way, so if you're driving in the rain, you can still keep it open. So you got to cut a hole in your wall, but I've seen it, and they're pretty cool. They work pretty well. They're pretty solid too. They're made really well. I'm like an RV vent junk. They're junk. I saw that too. I've been a heat exchanger to keep the dirt. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, those are cool. Doodle, Doodle. So let's see here. There's our event cover. Yep, that's answered. That RV question's answered. I'm Ross from thecamperpros.com. Go to our Facebook page and hit like. And you guys can like this too, because I only see 15 likes in this video. What the heck? There's 23 people watching. So if you have an RV question, hey, let me ask you a question. Put it in the comments. Let me ask you a question. When are you guys going to winterize your RV this year? What month do you winterize, and what state are you in? I want to know because that's a big cold front coming down. It went from 100 degrees to like freezing overnight by Colorado. Gosh, people are going to freeze their pipes. They're not going to winterize their RVs that quick and be screwed. I can tell you right now, thousands of RVs froze. What are your thoughts about on-demand water heaters for RV? I don't think they're good. I don't like them. End of September in Missouri. Okay. I'm not a big fan of on-demand hot water heaters. Hot water heaters in RVs don't take up that much space. The on-demand hot water heaters take the same amount of space up, and they take a ton of power if you're on a boondock. You can't boondock on gas. I guess you could. They do run off gas. I don't know. There's some of them that are pretty good, but they're pretty expensive. So cost-wise, I don't know. I don't know. That question, I'm kind of on the fence about. I like them both, but I mean, I've put them in, installed them, the on-demands, but they're expensive. They can be up to like $1,000, some of those gas on-demand heaters for RVs. And I don't know. I guess hot water heaters with install costs can cost that much too, but go with what you can afford. And I think on-demand heaters are pretty good, but I don't like them for houses. I like the old school hot water heaters. I don't like them. If you don't have enough hot water heater, you can put two hot water heaters on. And if you want to save a bit of money, you can take your elements and take both elements on the heater, the top and the bottom. I have a YouTube video. Type in "saving money hot water heater" in my YouTube channel, and it'll go to that video. It'll show you the top element and the bottom element. You can take a screwdriver and you can turn the temperature down a little bit, but you got to make them equal because there's two elements, or one will be working too hard. Just make them equally, turn them down a little bit, and a little bit. It'll save you a ton of money in your power bill. So that's why I like hot water heaters, because you can work with them a little bit. You store your water. I don't know. I like them. I'm still an old school hot water heater guy. I don't like those on-demand ones. When I build a new addition, I'm not putting on demand, because mine's fine. Mine cost me, I think it was a scratch and dent, brand new from Lowe's. It cost me like $150. It's a huge 40-gallon, 45-gallon, or 50-gallon, and there's no problems with it. I rinse it out once in a while, right into the shower. I have a screw on the bottom of the heater. It dumps right in the shower, and I haven't rinsed it out in a while, but I should. Good, and it reminded me of that. I remind myself of things sometimes. But I'm looking at water right now, canal, and Heather's gone to the beach, and I'm sitting here helping you guys because I'm sunburned. So if you have any RV questions, and if you hit that thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Let's see here. You guys winterize your RV in the end of September, Missouri. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Free RV help, guys. Take advantage of it, because I charge $100 an hour when I'm out. When I'm sweating, it's more. When I'm not sweating and it's a nice person, it's less. If I'm not dealing with someone yelling and bitching at me, I'll go easy on them. They start bitching and yelling at me and I'm hot, price goes up, because I don't want to be there again. You got to treat someone like you'd like to be treated. I'm getting nicer in my old days. Like when I talk to people, I'm getting nicer, but sometimes some people take my kindness advantage of my kindness, and believe me, I get very unkind very fast. But overall, I'm nice. What seems to be the most common repair call? That's a really good question right there. Let me just see. Okay. Why do you call them hot water heaters when they're actually called cold water? Water heaters, okay? Sorry about that. Water heaters. What's the most common fix? Okay, so what's that? So Earth by Bike says, what seems to be the most common RV repair call? The most common RV repair call is probably something to do with electrical. It's always electrical problem. It seems like no one can fix electricity. No one can screws with them. See, an electrician doesn't fix RVs. They won't fix them. They'll stay away from them. And then, so I'm really good at electrical. That's what I specialize in. Electrical is probably 75% of my calls. You got to know electric if you got to fix them. If you fix an RV, you got to know the DC side and AC side of an RV electrical. which is pretty simple to me. But you have to know it. Electrical and roofs, a lot of roofs are leaking. And let's see. People want a lot of, you'd be surprised, people want a lot of add-ons. Like, can you put this bar going into my steps? Can you put a new rail? Can you put this? Can you put that? And what they really should be worrying about is the darn roof, because the roof's leaking and they want to do add-ons. It's like, I don't get it. Because people can't see their roof, so that's the problem. Die core is the most common thing I do. So I get up on the roof, and a lot of things I do and a lot of people don't do is they don't take their air conditioner and retape their air conditioner up in their ductworks. They take that, you take your grill down. If they don't retape it, it sucks the return with the supply air, and it sucks your attic air in, and it freezes up your unit, and they think they're low on Freon, and they think your unit's trash, but it's not, because they got 140-degree heat sucking up in there. So tape the damn thing. Would you guys tape with the aluminum tape, tape it around there, spend the $10, get some aluminum tape your ductworks really good up there, and go up on your roof and check your die core. But be safe about it, okay? Be safe about it, because some of these pit bulls are pretty high. I'm pretty used to going on roofs, but I'm probably overconfident. I'm gonna probably fall one day because I'm overconfident. But I tend, when I walk on a roof, as a tip, when you walk on an RV roof, if the roof's bowed a little bit, what you do is when you're walking, lean into the bow. I don't know if you know what I mean. When you're walking on an RV roof, lean into the bow a little bit. So if you do fall, you're gonna fall in. And make sure you keep your slides and awnings out when you're on an RV, because if you fall, at least you can fall on a slide or an awning. You don't fall right to the ground. But yeah, two most common things in an RV that I go on RV calls for are die core on the roof, which is the roof seams, die core. I put die core on the roof, and taking the air conditioners and taping them up inside the ductworks fall out, and it makes a supply return. So that's the most common things I do in an RV. Inner rods and hot water water heaters, stuff like that. It's always a little. Some people they want little stuff done. Some of these are older ladies that can't do anything, so I'm always working with. It's like common stuff. I'm putting toilets in a little bit. I put a lot of toilets in, which I don't like doing, but I still do it because there's good money in it. No, my Norco 3-way fridge went out. Getting no code. Manual says it needs to be a hard reset. There's something else I can do. It depends on what brand Norcold. It's a 3-way fridge. Try to hard reset it. And those Norcolds, they have a recall on the almost every Norcold. Every Norcold fridge has this usually, and there's a recall on. There's a thermal shutoff switch, and it's up on the back. Step in our Ford RV if you know this one, which I know he knows it. It's a recall. It's a thermal cutoff switch, and your power runs through that first before it goes to your fridge, and it's on the coils in the back of your refrigerator. It's kind of stuck on there. You can I know how to test them. You can put a magnet to them too. The relay, they go all the time, and you can't get them. They're hard to get. So, hello, bend over. Okay, what thoughts about demand or hot water heaters, Missouri? I'm trying to catch up here, guys. Home demand. What do you call them? Hot water heater? Yeah, whatever. Because I'm used to calling hot water heaters. Okay, so that's what you do with a Norcold fridge. Check that. And if the cooling unit's shot on your Norcold fridge, you might as well just throw it in the garbage. Unless you can get Ford RV to replace it, because a lot of guys can't replace them. They're about $1,000 just for the cooling unit. But let's see, thoughts on compressor fridge. You got to be more specific about that. Thoughts on compressor fridge. What does that mean? I got to get a drink. Like, what do you mean compressor fridge? I don't know what you mean. Thought on a compressor fridge. What do you mean? Thoughts on compressor fridge. What does that mean? I don't get it. So where are you guys going in your next trip? Post it in the comments. Where are you going? You going to where are you going? I'm tired. I don't like this lazy. I don't like this lazy around. I want to work, baby. Make some money. But if you need any help, oh, my sister's at leg day right here. She's on the machine. She's on the machine working out. My sister Kim, she's dedicated. I just have to do push-ups. I'm not so much testosterone. I work out. I just gain muscle quick. Well, like I said, I have a motorhome for sale. Like I said, I have, like I said, I have a motorhome for sale. Okay, you're selling your motorhome. How much are you selling it for? "26 people watching my ugly mug. Holy crap. Thank you. And make sure you hit the thumbs up. What do you think about Lance trailers? They're all right. Everybody asks, what do you think about Forest River, Lance? What do I think about Winnebago? They all make the same parts, really. They put the same Coleman or Dometic air conditioner, the same Coleman Carefree awning. They Dometic awning, and it's like the same deal. I get a what you do. What I like is a camper that's on sale or doesn't have any payments. That's not going to hurt you financially. That's the camper you should be getting. Don't worry about what kind of camper it is. Worry about how much you're paying for it. Oh, I get what you mean. A compressor fridge. Yeah, if you want a residential fridge, you get a compressor refrigerator. If you want a gas, um, if you want an RV refrigerator, LP gas, you can use an RV. I mean, it depends how much boondocking you're going to do, you know. Yeah, I'm basically, I like RV refrigerators, but sometimes it doesn't move air. Sometimes you get a little fan in RV refrigerators that helps blow it around a little bit. Those fans really help inside the fans. But anyways, any other questions? We have 26 people watching. There's 26 people in here, and we're not answering 26 questions. So if someone's watching and they're just boon watching, it's called boondock watching, boon watching. That's what you guys are doing right now. So we need the questions and the thumbs up. Thank you for the 21 likes, the thumbs up. Appreciate it. But we have to have some more RV questions. I'm sure there's something in your RV that you have a question about. Come on. There's got to be something. Let me see. What else can I tell you about RVs? I would say if you're going to buy a brand new RV, watch our videos because we can show you how to test everything on YouTube. And another thing is you're going to buy a new RV, make sure you buy it in the darn winter. Never buy an RV in the summer when it's busy. Gosh, stupid. You're going to pay more. Why pay more? I bought my RV for really cheap. It was $90,000. I got it for $64,000 in dead winter. It was an ice storm. And I had to bring all the RVs to Florida. They didn't want to lug this big unit around, so they gave it to me. And I only lost $9,000 on my RV in 4 years, brand new, because I bought it so low. And RVs went up. Plus, I lived in it for 4 years. Don't forget. Don't forget that someone also has a 12-volt heater element in addition to the LP gas heating. Yep, they have the 12-volt. Some of them have the 12-volt. Not many refrigerators have 12-volt in RVs. It's pretty rare, actually. You'd be surprised. It's like 5%. Usually the vans, like the vans have the 12-volt, which is nice. I like the 12-volt refrigerator, but they're still running a heating element. 12-volt refrigerators are great if you have solar. They're great, but they just don't get as cold. They're still gas absorption refrigerator. Yep. Okay. Anybody else have an RV question? Are they a camp host at an RV park? What kind of RV parks do they like? Where do they go with their RVs? Do they go up north where the bridges hit the freaking top of their RVs off? Throw some questions out there. Tell me your answers on the chat, and we'll answer them. Do you guys discuss it with your RV? Do you want to sell it? Tell us something. Don't just sit there and boondock. I mean, boon watch. I call it boon watching. Right, just different temperatures, and then yeah. But let's not ask the too nerdy questions because a lot of people don't understand that. We want to ask the basic questions that, a lot. What cracks me up? A lot of people have these RVs and they don't use them. They keep putting money in them. They don't use them. If you have an RV, you use it. If you don't use it, get rid of it. There you go. If that's what you want to do. Oh, someone's texting me a video. Heather's texting me a video of the beach. She's at the beach. And we'll show you a picture right now. Live video. Heather's at the beach. Check it out. She's sending me this just now. Look at this. I didn't even watch it. I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm just showing you. That's cool. That's cool. It's not too packed. Especially the bathrooms. Yep. Have you ever experienced with an RV setup for mobilely impaired individuals looking for something in that gender? No, I haven't. That's a good question. They should make them though. They should make like a model for that when they sell them new. Mobilely impaired. What does that mean? Is this a joke? Mobilely impaired individuals? That's a joke, isn't it? Shouldn't be driving an RV if you're mobilely impaired to begin with, right? It's disgusting. What do you mean? It looks beautiful. You don't like the beach there. No joke. Okay. Mobilely impaired. Mobilely impaired as in a wheelchair. I got you. Man, I don't know how you're gonna fit a wheelchair through the door of an RV unless you have like a toy hauler or something. And how you gonna get that towed? I mean, it makes it hard when you. I mean, you could do a van mobilely impaired, but then the van's gonna take a lot of space up with the wheelchair. So I don't know. I haven't ran into that. No. But they should. They really should. But it would be really hard to do. It's not that they really should. It's really hard to do. That's why they don't. You know, you can get a van with a mobile wheelchair lift and stuff. It depends on how much mobilely impaired. Sometimes people on wheelchairs can actually get in and drive. You know what I mean? They can go from the wheelchair up and they can scoot to the chair and they can drive with hand controls. But some of them can't at all. It all depends, you know. If you're mobily, you better have someone helping you if you're like that. I know they want to be independent, but if you're an RV hooking up a sewer hose in a wheelchair, I don't know how you're going to do it. If you can get someone to go RVing with you, hey, keeps you company anyways, right? They can do all this stuff. That's what I would do if I was in a wheelchair. I'd be like, let's go. We're going to go in a wheelchair. And you're going to lift my ass up into that RV, and you're going to take the sewer and hook the connections, and we'll chill. Have a couple of beers, but I don't drink anymore. What do you think about What do you think about quick starter? What do you think about the quick starter? The hell is that? Quick starter. Starting fluid? What is it? Ether? What are you talking about? No joke. Have issues with my back, legs, serious. Tear it apart, mobility chair, transport in a local area. I wouldn't buy an RV. Wouldn't buy an RV if you're in a wheelchair. Simple as that. Get a hotel. They're all friendly for wheelchairs. And hotels are cheap now, guys. Get a hotel. Use your air miles. Come on. Unless you're going to live full-time in an RV, then that's different. But if you're in a wheelchair, I recommend getting in place, not traveling around. There's too much theft. There's too much riots and everything. In a wheelchair, you're screwed. You got to get out. You got to get in place. You know? I'm not even in a wheelchair, and I don't even care for RVing anymore. I like to fix them because I make money, but I don't care for them because they fall apart. And I feel like I'm working on a darn thing more because I want everything perfect. You know, if I go out in an RV, I want it perfect. That's just me. It drives me nuts if something's wrong, so I got to fix it. Sorry about your back. That sucks. What's best to put in gas for a generator that won't get stopped up? What's the best gas? Non-ethanol. Put some non-ethanol gas and some fuel saver in it. It'd be fine. And guess what? I got a really good tip with a generator. If you don't want stopped up, use it more often. That's your tip because that's going to work. You can put regular gas. We'll see that you can put you don't want to fill your whole RV tank with non-ethanol gas, cost you a fortune, but you can put the non-ethanol, the gas treatment in it. Put the gas treatment in the tank. It's a lot cheaper. Toy hauler for wheelchair, earth bike. What about a toy hauler for mobile wheelchair? You can do that, but how are you going to get out of that wheelchair and go to your truck to pull the toy hauler? You know what I'm saying? If you got someone with you, I think a toy hauler is really good for a wheelchair. Hell yeah. But you got to have someone to pull it. And usually if you have someone to pull it, they can kind of get you into the RV regardless anyways. If you're not heavy, you know, they can pick you up and put you in there. But if you're heavy and the person with you can't lift you up into the RV, whether it's a family member or a friend, then if you're heavier in your wheelchair, then your toy hauler would be great, but it would be really hard to get up a toy hauler on a wheelchair. Really hard, and it's unsafe because you're going to be flipping backwards. Unless you can get some kind of winch to pull you up, hook onto the wheelchair, and like a, But I see those motorcycles going up, those toy haulers, they're like almost straight up. It's like, I don't know if I can get a wheelchair up a toy hauler. I don't think it's safe. I think you'll flip back. We have a reasonable fifth wheel, but still actively employed. Looking for retirement, about 3 years more travel. There you go. That's a good idea. Sorry, I meant soft start. You put alongside your air conditioner. Use a 2,000 watt generator. Okay, that's a good question, Robert. A soft start for your AC unit. Let me tell you the difference between a soft start and a hard start. A hard start is about $20 to $30. It's a capacitor you plug into your air conditioner unit, and it helps that surge. That first grab of power where the AC just sucks it down, man, and everything, boom, a generator. That's a soft start. I mean, a hard start. A soft start is a hard start on steroids, which costs $200 to $300. It's basically a capacitor, the same thing, but it's a really expensive capacitor. If you're going to spend $200 or $300 for a freaking soft start, right? Then you might as well spend $200, $300, maybe $500 more and get a bigger generator to run the damn AC in the first place and just put a hard start in. You know what I'm saying? Because a hard start is a soft start for your air conditioner on steroids, which costs $300 for the soft start, and the hard start costs $20 to $30. You can get it for $20, right? So why would you invest $300 into an air conditioning unit where you can just invest into a generator that you're going to keep all along, like a portable Honda or something, and just get a 3,000 or 4,000 watt generator instead of a 2,000? That would make more sense. Then you can take the generator with you. The soft start's kind of hard to take with you. I mean, you can. Sorry, but does that make any sense? Because I have a 2,000 watt Honda generator, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't start an air conditioner with it. I can start the little portable ones, but they sucked. So that's what I would do if I were you. I'd get more money into a used 4,000 watt Honda generator than spend $300 on a soft start. You need a hard start anyways, even with a 3,000 or 4,000 watt generator. You need a hard start anyways. But the hard start's $20, soft starts are $300. Unless you can find a soft start for cheaper, but I can't get hydrated, guys. Drinking water and water and water. Ooh, we're gonna shut that off. But anyways, how's the air conditioner? But anyways, what else you have going for me? Questions, guys. We got 23 people watching. We got 24 likes. Thank you for the likes. If anybody's watching right now, could you hammer the like button? That'd be great. It'd be awesome if you can share the stream, because I'm giving free help. Free. Well, the ice maker scared me. You guys want to see what the house looks like? Look at this beautiful house, huh? It's not my house. Look at this. It's an outdoor, and then there's a lake. Check it out. Look at that. That's just some of the house. That's a pretty big house. There's like 7 people staying here right now. But everybody went to the beach. I'm too hot to go to the beach. Looking to purchase a toy hauler, however, oh, that's the same question. So what else you have going for questions? Any more questions? Any more? Come on. Any more? I'm more or less turned into a businessman more than anything. I'm sick of wasting my time unless I'm making money, guys. I'm sorry. I used to waste my time on stuff that doesn't make me money. Now I don't. I waste my time. Well, this doesn't make me any money, but still, I like to help because this market's my business too. So I'm actually making money when I'm talking to you guys because I'm giving you free help, and in turn, it markets my business when you hit the thumbs up button right there. Right there. Look at person toy hauler. Any more questions? Okay, let's talk. I'll talk a little bit about RVs. Let's see here. You know what I really like for an RV? I like those a little below a Class C. I think it's called a Super B. Super B, yeah. Where the Class B RV van is turned into an RV, but it has a full-size bathroom and stuff. That's pretty cool, the Super Bs. And then Super Bs are pretty cool. Just almost like a Super C, but it's a Super B. Or B plus, I think they call them. Those are pretty cool. Look into those, but you're gonna pay a lot of money for them because everybody wants them. Everybody wants something. They want portability, but a full-size bathroom. That's what they want. They want something that can go. And I have a tire that won't take air or release. Took guts out, still nothing. It won't take air. Just bring it to a tire shop. Stop messing with a tire. Just bring it to a tire shop. We charge you $10. Fix it. You know what I mean? It won't take care and put a new valve stem in. Don't take the guts out of the valve stem. Bring it to a tire shop, take it off, or bring it to a tire shop. They'll take that darn thing off, charge you $10, $15 and be done with it. Stop screwing around the tire. Because it's not worth screwing around with a tire. Take it off. Jack it up, take it off, bring it to your tire shop. It's not worth it. Some stuff's not worth screwing with, you know what I mean? Like some stuff I'll get it customized, I'll bring it to a metal shop and I'm not gonna screw with it because I lose money screwing with it. Your time is money, guys. You know, I'm a businessman. Your time's money. This is money. This is time, but I got nothing else to do because I'm sitting in a mother-in-law's house and everybody's going to the beach. So I have nothing else to do because I'm too hot for the beach. See, I got burned. I'm not going to the beach. I didn't feel good last night. I got heat stroke a little, I think. All right. So what else we have for questions here for the RV guy? The camper pros. My friend calls it the camper girls. I don't know why. He says, how the camper girls going? But anyways, we're out here and we're live on YouTube. I'm going to play this video back because a lot of people like these questions and answers. They like I bought a beard trimmer the other day here. I bought an expensive one. I usually don't buy expensive stuff, but I bought expensive trimmer because I'm sick of the old ones dying. Where did you get your education? Where did you get your education? Oh, for RVs. Well, I'm going to be going to Ford RV Refrigeration. He's really good. He's up in Ohio, I think. Ford RV Refrigeration. Look him up. Ford RV Refrigeration. I'm going to take courses there, and I got my education from. Did you ever have someone not go to school for RVing, but have a background? See, I built my house with no education of building, and we did a darn good job because I used my head and I dug and dug for the research, and I was good at electrical anyway. See, when I started RVing, I was very good. I don't have any. There's no real RV educational school to go to. Everybody can say, oh, you can go here, go there. There's not a true RV school that covers everything. It doesn't exist. So and that's why a lot of people have trouble getting in this field. They're like, what do I do? How do I get into it? You kind of have to jump into it. Well, I got my education because I was borderline electrician and I run a computer shop for 20 years. So I used to do the DC part. See, I had the DC experience from computers. Then I had the high voltage experience from when I used to fix air conditions. You see what I'm saying? It worked out. But I fell into something that I knew. The only thing that I really struggled with at first, I'm better at it now. I'm not a professional, but I'm better at it, is plumbing. I wasn't a plumber. I had known nothing about plumbing. Plumber Joe taught me a lot about plumbing. So I kind of fell into that. Awnings, and you're gonna have the most trouble when you fix RVs is not fixing the RVs. That's not the big problem. That's easy. That's the easy part. One is getting the customers. That's the biggest trouble. Treat them right and the customers will come to you. I get it. But you got to get them in the first place. Two is finding a wholesaler. That's hard to do because a lot of people won't even take you. Wholesalers won't take you. You got to spend $4,000 or $5,000 a month minimum. We spend $4,000 to $5,000 a month minimum. That's how we keep our wholesaler. We have the same wholesalers as Camping World. So you're just going to have to, you want to do something, you can do anything you want to do. You just got to do it. You got to get off your ass and do it. So a lot of people ask me, Ross, I want to do this. Well, guess what? Then watch YouTube videos on it. Go to a couple courses. And if you can't afford the courses, or if you can't do it, get a darn pickup truck, or my biggest thing is get a van. You don't need a big stretched Chevy diesel van right away if you can't afford it. Get a small Astro van. I started off in an S10 truck, S10 pickup with a cheap cap on it, and I still use it. I still use it for the bang around vehicle. It's like a little shop vehicle. But we use the big vans now. And if you can afford an Astro van for $2,000, and you fill that with, if you're going to start with an RV business, I know I'm jumping around here, but if you're going to start, just found his videos yesterday. Oh, thank you, Thankful 78, 79, 78. If you're going to start an RV business, guys, right? Start an RV business, it's fine. If you can't do something, be upfront with the customer. Say, I don't know how to do this, but what I can do is this. You know what I mean? I start off with sealing roofs. It's pretty easy. Buy some Dicor and clean it with some alcohol and be done with it, right? And then Dicor the seams. Don't charge $50 to do the whole call and undercut us. You know what I mean? Charge a little bit under because you're new. It's going to take you a little bit longer. You can't seal a roof in 10 minutes, 15 minutes like I can. Not the first time. No way. I'm fast at roofs. I'm fast at roofs. One is because I don't want to be up there that long. Two is I cut the Dicor. When I cut the caulking, I cut it off thicker and I push a certain angle. I'm getting pretty good. The one thing I'd like someone to invent is a freaking thing for those Dicor covers, something throwaway that fan it out more like a fan instead of round. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't get it, but that'd be a good invention. I think they make them for like cakes. Put a cake thing on there so it lays it down like a cake because it needs to be wider. It uses too much Dicor flat. I know it's self-leveling, but when it's cool out, it doesn't self-level that well. How much liability insurance do you need to be comfortable working on a $500,000 RV motorhomes? Good question, Mayhem RV. You need probably about $1 million policy, which we have. And you need $1 million or $500,000 motorhome, about $1 million policy. That's about average, or $500,000, to work on any RV. But you know what the biggest thing is when you work on RVs? Everybody's like, I need to create a website. I need to do this. I need to get my cards. I need insurance. I need this. I need that. I need this. When you're working on an RV, guess what? Don't mess it up because that's your customer. And if you do mess it up, make it right. Take it out of your pocket and pay for the damn mistake. Because even if you do have insurance, you don't want to work on that. You don't want to be using your insurance. Your deductible is going to go way up. You know what I mean? Your premiums are going to go way up. So everybody's like, oh, I have insurance. Who cares if it breaks? I care. You care. It's your customer. You should care. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess it up in the first place. Yes, you need insurance if the thing lights on fire. Granted, they still have RV insurance. They can come and sue you. The insurance company come after you. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But it's good to have insurance, yes. You can take out the minimum insurance and work on it. But I haven't had any problems in years because I don't break RVs. And if I break RVs, I take it out of my pocket and I fix the damn thing. That's what you should do. A lot of people don't do that. Oh, claim it on my insurance. Then your insurance goes up. Then they come after you. Don't claim anything on your insurance if you don't have to. And a lot of times if you have good insurance, people come after you more because you have insurance. So, yeah, you need insurance, but be careful. Don't break it in the first place. If you break something, be honest with the customer and tell them you broke it and you'll fix it. And you know what the customer's going to do? Yeah, well, then fix it. They don't. If they find out you broke something and you don't tell them you broke it, and they find out afterwards that you broke it, you're in deep shit. Tell them about it. Be honest. And you know what? 99% of the people, when you're honest with them, and you want to fix it, make it right, they're going to be way nicer to you. They're going to let you fix it. And sometimes, if you're honest with them, they'll be like, just don't worry about it, dude. It's only an RV. It's my vacation. Don't worry about the scratch. Don't worry about it. Just go home. Worry about something else. A lot of times, I've scratched RVs before, and I said, I scratched. It's my fault. I have it repainted. They go, Ross, stop. I need you from my RV. I don't want to scare you away. Just don't worry about it. If you see, a lot of people don't communicate with people anymore. I communicate. My mouth opens up, and I say, look, man of my word, I communicate. This is what I did. And 9 out of 10 times, they said, don't worry about it, Ross. And I sleep better at night because they know I broke it. Just honest. Power, time, money, work, knowledge, money is true knowledge approach to zero. Money approaches infinity. Holy crap. Good job there, KJ74. You got me confused now with all that. Any more questions with RVs? Recreational vehicles. I fall apart when you drive down the road. Any more questions? Sorry about the negativity, but they do fall apart. Cow, it's only 80 degrees. Bostic. All right. So any more questions? I can't answer Heather's Voicemails because she's voicemailing me and I'm on live. So any more RV questions? Let's see, what else about RVs? RV parks are getting full, by the way. Oh, I had an RV the other day I fixed. The freaking guy. Oh my gosh. Seemed like a nice guy, but he's from California. And he had an RV, big Class A, and he was on a hill like this. So he put his back jacks down. And then he put his RVs on blocks about 2 feet in the air. And his jacks were overextended, and we couldn't get his jacks back up because the dash was airing out because they're overextended with an error. So the only way to get them in is me taking them off the computer and using my 12-volt battery and bringing them up manually, one at a time. And I did pretty good at that job. Made $250 in an hour. That's pretty good. Hour and a half, about an hour and a half. Then you have drive time, half hour to get there. So But that little Norco battery. I mean, people don't put your freaking jacks down so far. Don't put your jacks up and lift your whole Class A in the air. It just cracks me up. It's like, it's not designed for that. These jacks are stabilizing jacks, not lift me on the air and replace my tire jacks. They're not those jacks. Whoever said it's best, play with anything long enough and it breaks. Yep, it's true for anything, right? You know what I'm saying? Anything breaks. But yeah, you know, a lot of people, I get to a lot of calls. Hey, this is another thing. I get to a lot of calls. People, actually, it's weird because a lot of the men and women can fix the problem, and they tell me how to fix the problem when they get there. And some are right. They're right about the problem. They know exact fix. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I here? Why am I here fixing this thing when you guys can fix it? Problem is they don't have the confidence. They're afraid they're going to break it. That's 90% of my calls. They're afraid they're going to break it. And they even tell me, I'm afraid I'm going to break it, but I think I know how to fix it. So at the end, I said, yeah, you know how to fix it because you told me exactly way to fix it, and I fixed it. So next time you can do it yourself. And yeah, I'm undercut myself, but I like to help my customers too. You should get paid for your knowledge. Thank you, Ken. Ken is big ups. Thank you. Yes, I should get paid for I do get paid for my knowledge very well. I charge $100 an hour, but this is free. I'm surprised only 23 people are watching when it's free. Maybe everybody's on church on a Sunday. I don't know. Probably. I get paid very well for my knowledge. But if you're going to start an RV business, see, the thing is I want my YouTube channel to be big so I can put products from sponsors and stuff. And I just got a product from a sponsor, I got $1,000 lithium ion battery. I'm going to review when I get back. And I'm coming back in a couple hours. So, but there's someone at my house, staying at my house right now, watching it like a hawk too. Got cameras. You get paid for knowledge. Thank you. Paid for my knowledge. Yeah, I mean, you know, I like YouTube because I meet a lot of people. It's a great place. I met a lot of friends off YouTube that I'm still friends with. I'm really still good friends with. All right, what else? Any more YouTube questions for me, guys? Let me know. YouTube questions, RV questions, computer questions. I'm a computer guy too, so whatever you guys have, throw them at me. And put it in the chat where you're located. I want to find out where everybody's from. One person said Michigan, but I want to find out where everybody's from. I think they turned the heat up, the cool. It's getting hot in here. You lazy head? Yeah, I'm back. 22 people watching. What are you guys doing? Just watching and walking away? I don't see any more questions. Thanks for all your videos. We have a Pinnacle similar to yours. Thank you, JF450. Those Jayco Pinnacles are pretty good. They, I think I know who you are. I think I've seen you before. Ohio, there we go. People are actually telling me where they're from. Thank you very much. Gosh, it's like pulling teeth. Everyone's still here? I made some coffee and waffles, came back, exploring Nomad, you're cracking me up. North Central Missouri. All right, KJ74. That's where you're from. I want to know where everybody's from. Type it in. PA, exploring Nomad. Matter of fact, Heather's sister's from PA, and she just came here from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. You know where that is? Punxsutawney Explorer Nomad. You know where that is? Let's see. What do you got? First rule of business: make money from your friend. Oh, here. First rule of business: make money from your friends. Your enemies will not come to you. Get paid for what you know, not what you do. There you go. It's hard to get money from your friends, by the way, though. I find it working for a customer is a lot easier than a friend because they want it for free. PA, Pennsylvania, North Central Missouri. Pennsylvania's a big state. I didn't know it was so big and so many people, like 12 million people in Pennsylvania. Did you ever get the slide fixed from the few videos back? Gosh, I fixed so many slides. What video was that? A few videos back. I don't remember. I fixed so many slides. You have to be more specific. Was it a big Class A diesel pusher? Oh, cool. I'm in the Northeast. Scranton. I can't read that well. Scranton, PA. Punxsutawney is about 3 hours west of me. Okay. Yeah, Punxsutawney is way west. I went there. It's like in the mountains. Punxsutawney. He spelled that pretty good. Punxsutawney. I think he spelled that right. I don't know. I don't know how to spell. I'm a businessman, guys. I make money. I don't know how to spell. You don't need to know how to spell to make money. Let me tell you that. You don't. Because it's all about investing, buying the right stuff, making the right choices. It's not about spelling. I was getting down at first because my spelling's horrible. My reading's pretty good. My spelling sucks. I'd rather be able to know how to read than spell. Trust me. If you can't read, you can't get smarter. Home of the Office TV show. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard of that. If your friends will not pay you, they're really your friends? Question mark. Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is. Everybody wants something for free. Sometimes you don't have to get paid from your friends. Like I have one friend that's my neighbor, and he's a pastor, and I've never thought I'd be friends with like I am with him. And I trust him with everything. He's got keys to my house. He's such a good guy. I've never thought I'd be friends with someone that runs the church. It's very weird. And we're good friends. We're pretty good friends. Like I got his back, whatever he needs. He's got mine. It's amazing. But it took years of friendship to do that, But I'm glad he's my neighbor too and my friend because I'd be lost without him. He helps me out big time. But if he needs something, I'm there for him, of course. Let's see here. It's funny though. It's funny how opposites attract. It's funny. It's really funny because I have a friend in Connecticut, that he's still my best friend to this day. And I went and I just visited him last year, and we've been friends for about 30 years. He's just a good guy. Nah, maybe 27 years. 27 years we've been friends for, and he's a good person. But we're like really good friends. But he's the opposite of me. He is the opposite of me completely. I mean, at the time I was a computer guy. Well, actually, I was in school, and he said, Ross, I went to school with him. This is how I met him. His name's Steve. Went to school with him, my friend that I met, best friend still. And I was in the seat of the school bus, and I remember I looked up at him because he was like way bigger than me. I looked at him, and he says, that's my seat you're in. I'm thinking, geez, is this how it's going to be first day of school? Well, of course, I moved to the side, and he sat next to me, and we're friends ever since. Anybody mess with me in that school, Steve would lay him out. Never had a problem with anybody messing with me because Steve would they knew Steve. He's not going to take any crap. And I'm surprised. I'm like, why is this kid sticking up for me? He just told me to get out of his seat. Now he's sticking up for me the same day. It's very weird. And he'll still stick up for me. I had a park model for 36 years in campground resort. I was able to fix everything myself. That's good, Kenneth. That's really good. You save a lot of money. The RV service guy charged me $125 just to start his truck. That's what I charge, $125 to $150. Well, I don't just start my truck. I get there and I talk to you about the problem and this and that. And then the first 30 minutes is included. Yes, Class A video. I don't charge them hourly. I usually get to the thing and I put the service call in. I said, look, for the service call and everything, I can do the job for this much. Would you like to do it? It's called flat rating the job. And that's what I'd like to do, because once I put a flat rate in that job and I start that job, I can hustle. The faster I'm out of there, faster I get paid. But sometimes I undercut myself in that job and it takes longer than I think. But now I'm pretty good on about how long that can take me. Sometimes if it takes way too long, I'll still eat the cost because that's what I got. I gave them a price, I can't back out. Sometimes if it needs more parts, I got to charge them a little bit more, but I won't hit them on the labor because they're going to piss someone off. You charge them something and they say it's more. If it's more parts, I got to charge you. If it's more labor, well, then I'll eat it. But most of the time I win. And sometimes I'm there forever fixing everything, or I'm fixing something and they want more and more and more. And I say, well, you're at this much amount, I got to charge you more. How do you stop telemarketers from harassing you? I call the number, but not much process. You're not going to stop telemarketers from harassing you. You're screwed. It's not going to work. Change your number. Oh, 2 months ago, that Class A video? Mine was broken in a Class A. I don't remember. I probably got it fixed. I just don't remember. Slide was broke 2 months ago. I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. Ross, we're talking about the slide with the bad board you and me talked about. The bad board. Slide with a bad board. Explorer Nomad, I think we did talk about that. I remember us talking about that. I don't remember what RV it is. Bad board. I still don't. I must have done 100 calls since I talked to you about that. But I remember talking to you about that. I remember you helped me, but I don't remember what we did. The one that you switched the board out. Oh, okay. All right. I remember what you're talking about. Yes, I could get the slide to work. And what it was there was a jumper on the board I was missing. So I got to working. We had to set the in limits and the out limits of the slide. That was hard. I've never done that before. I mean, switch to set the inside and outside with set limits on that. I know how to set them in a Swintech. I don't know how to set them. There was double motor. It was a big, confusing setup. This is a $500,000 RV too. I didn't want to blow the wall out. Yes, we did get it working, but it was the actual customer set the slide limits, believe it or not. I didn't finish the job. I had a sewer line break from my black tank. Why is it so hard to find? Why is it it's so hard to find someone to fix the black tank? Because people don't want to deal with shit, especially not their shit. That's why. As simple as that. Plus the heat and the shit at the same time, not a good combination. Plus the virus, the heat and the shit, definitely not a good situation. That's why it's so hard. Because people rather fix an air conditioner and make $500, $600, replace their air conditioner, than deal with a sewer line that they can make $500 or $600 on. It's a no-brainer. You're right. It was something simple on that thing. It was just a freaking. It's embarrassing. But I had one jumper on one side of the board, but this had two sides of the board, and I was missing the jumper. And I swear to God, I said to myself, well, you shouldn't swear to God anything, but I swear that there was a jumper on the other side. It was in the dark. It was up in the back. I had to replace that board, and I missed it. It was something stupid simple. But thank you for the help. I didn't actually finish the job completely. The customer, I think, either had someone else set the out limits, a dealer set it or something like that, or he did it himself. But I didn't want to set the out limits because we tried doing it, and I didn't want to blow the wall out, because you can blow the wall out if you set the out limits wrong. You are an RV repairman or not? Black tank. I had a sewer line break away from my black tank. Why is it so hard to find someone to fix black tank issues? Well, I've asked you. Oh, okay, I get you. You're saying, are you an RV repairman or not? Because you don't want to touch a black tank. Well, you have to understand, there's very little RV guys that'll do it, number one, okay? It's just like anything. If someone's going to fix plumbing and it's to do with your toilet, they're going to take an easier plumbing job if they have them before your toilet, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm replacing a black tank right now, or with a brand new one in my driveway. I can do it, but I'm not. A lot of times, from my excuses, I got bit by a spider and almost died in my neck from laying on the ground. I'm allergic to spiders highly. I can die in 10 minutes. I have an EpiPen for crying out loud. Let me show you. Well, I have an EpiPen over there. I do have an EpiPen. It's $750. And if I'm underground and I get bit by an ant or spider around the neck area, I can die. I almost died the other day, a couple months ago. You look at my videos, I was in the ambulance. So that's why, yes, I'm an RV repair guy, but I'm not going to die over fixing someone's black tank. Sorry, it's not going to happen. But yeah, it's hard to find a guy. I don't blame you. It's really hard to find a guy to do black tank. Maybe you can find some kid to help you or something. You know what I mean? Maybe. Good luck with that too, because the kids don't want to work. I feel for you, man. I don't know. I can't answer that. I just know that I can't get anything. I'm just screwing you. I wouldn't do it either. Yeah, I know. If you rinse that tank out with bleach, Eminem, and you bleach it out and fill it with water and rinse it with bleach, there's no reason not to do it. It's still good. It's just laying on your back. See, I'm on gravel too. It's going in my backbone and everything, and I get right now. I'm screwed. It's like it's not a. I don't mind doing the actual work though. I don't mind getting dirty. You wear gloves, you know, it's not too bad. But I have so much work, it's like I can't take a black tank. It slows me down. What about a gray tank? Thank you. Have a lay down and working on them too. Yeah, I don't do gray tanks either. I mean, there's not really, to be honest with you, I don't have many tank calls. What do you think about those Rhino gear plastic ramps? Looking into ramps this year. They're okay, I guess. Yeah, they're rated at 16,000 pounds, but I wouldn't be putting. I've seen those Rhino things collapse before too, so be careful with those. You know what the best thing to do is use block boards like 2x12s. Roll that crap up on that, or 2x8s, and get some boards and keep them in your truck. Screw them together, make them like a ramp. You know, I got a couple videos of ramp videos that I did, so that's what I would do. Use some boards. 16,000 pounds on a piece of plastic. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. What else is going on in the YouTube world, baby? What do you think about those Rhino gears? I don't know. I don't like them. I'm beginning in my older age, not like anything that has to do with plastic or China. Unless it's a good battery with lithium, then I like it. Hey, this is a really good question, Kenneth. That's a good question. Have I ever screwed up anything that I had to bring help on? Yep, twice. Yep, I'll admit it. I screwed up something bad. I had to have help with it twice. Yeah, make your own rams. It's cheap. I screwed up. I screwed up one time. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Thank you, appreciate it ahead of time. I screwed up once on a slide. I couldn't get the slide back in. I had to have AAA help me. The RV guy, he helped me, and we worked together very well. I can work together with people pretty easy. And then I wasn't afraid. I couldn't get it in. In my first couple calls, I couldn't get it in. Then the guy liked me. He says, drive my RV to Georgia. So I said, well, I don't have the time to drive your RV to Georgia. I'll give you $1,000 cash. I said, I have the time to drive your RV to Florida now. And then, another one's a black tank in my driveway. I asked Plumber Joe to help me. He didn't help me, so I got really stuck. I told the customer I don't do black tanks. I haven't done that many. Replace it, drop the tank. The hardest part I had, I think I'm home free now. Hardest part I have is I couldn't order the same tank, so it doesn't fit up. I had to get custom bars made with bracket ends. I can screw to the frame, which I'm doing now. And then the tank the tank had an outside kitchen going into the black tank, a vent going into the black tank, a toilet going into the black tank, a lot of stuff going into this tank. And if you don't line those holes up properly, when you push it up, you're screwed. You're buying a new tank. They're tricky. Black tanks are tricky to put in afterwards. Easy at the factory, tricky afterwards to replace them. Try it one day. You'll be like, Ross, why did I even pull this tank down? Sometimes you can patch the tanks. A lot of people, I go on a lot of calls and the people hook up their tank rinse and they forget about it and they walk away. Or they hook it to their tank rinse and get in it and think their water's hooked up. And next thing you know, the toilet's overflowing poop all over the RV. And it's going up through the vent and it's flowing out of the RV and the roof. Oh my God. I've seen it before. I'm 15 miles from the beach and I'm not at the beach. Am I crazy? Yes, I am, because I'm freaking hot. I'm sunburned. Look. Look. See that? Sunburn. Hey guys, we're buying a warehouse, by the way, and we're selling RV parts. I'm going to sell you RV parts cheaper than you get them anywhere. Because I'm going to buy 250 air conditioners at one time. And I can sell you that air conditioner cheaper than anybody else. And they're going to hate me for that. So what's going on, guys? Hey, Joseph, how you doing? My friend, good friend Joseph's on there. Colony. Hi, Joe. Have you ever get to build the house you're talking about? Good question, Mayhem RV. Have you ever got to build, are you ever going to build that house you're talking about? I went to go build the house yesterday, or the other day. I talked to a builder. We're going to probably put an addition onto our house. I talked to the builder and he says, you don't want to do it right now. I says, yeah, I do. You don't want to do it right now. I said, I have the money to do it. I want to build my addition. He says, good, then you're going to pay $30 for a sheet of plywood because it doubled. Wood doubled. So whatever wood, the 2x6 is the plywood, whatever wood we need, 2x8s, 2x12s, whatever wood we need, think of it as double. So if plywood's $15, it's $30 a sheet now. He says, you got to wait till the prices calm down and the virus is over, then we'll build. There you go. Now when I have the money to build, they're too expensive to build. You can't win, man. Can't win. I'll just keep the money and make more money and try to build and maybe get a better house. When the prices come down, they're inflated, they're elevated, it's too freaking high. I was thinking about building a warehouse in my other 2 lots, but I can't do that. I think it's cheaper when the market drops to buy a warehouse in town. I think that'd be smarter by the highway so I can get wholesalers to drop off. Build your own sawmill, are you crazy? You know how much work that is? Anyways, I think I'm going to stop the stream, guys, because it's been like an hour and a half. It's been almost 2 hours. Well, an hour and 40 minutes. So, good. Thank you for all the questions. Joseph, we'll talk to you later. I'll call you later tonight, Joseph, by the way. How often will you do these lives? If you want, if everybody wants them, I'll do them often. I don't care. You guys do live. I'll do live streams all the time if you like them. I don't know if anybody likes them though. You know, I don't get people asking me to do live streams, so I don't do them. Teresa, thank you. Joseph, thank you. A big thank you to Exploring Nomad. And then there's another guy I want to say thank you to. Eminem, Exploring Nomad. Exploring Nomad really asked a lot of questions. Thank you very much. KJ74 asked a lot of questions. Moving Target, I asked a lot of questions. Everybody, so many people. I can't listen. Have a good one. Putting a live video up tomorrow and putting a battery video on a 100 amp hour lithium, baby. You'll see it. And it's not Battleborn. It's a different company, which I like better because Battleborn I think is good. It's saying they're bad. I just don't think they, I don't know. I think the support is better on the other battery. I don't know. I'm not gonna down the battle points. They're good batteries, but these other batteries are really good. Consider yourself asked. Thank you. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you. Like us and share this video because that's what everybody's going to see. It's going to reruns. Lithium batteries are way overpriced. Yes, they are, but when you get them for free on a sponsor, hey, you want to just show them off, right? Plus, I want to test them. I want to see how good lithium really is. I'm really excited. But I'm on vacation, so I can't test anything on vacation. I was going to bring the battery here, and I'm thinking others' parents might not like that. So you have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Love you all. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos, and make sure you like and share this video because this is what's going to help me get out to people. Free RV advice. I'm giving you advice for free, and usually I charge $100 an hour on site, so this is free. I guess I'll do these videos more often if you guys want to like them. Thank you. I hope you get your next live video. Thank you, all Unique Design. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. So can't thank you enough. We'll talk to you later, and if you guys want to see more live vlogs, we'll do those too. But we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff really quick on these videos and vlogs, so keep watching. Love you. See ya. Gotta end the stream somehow.